welcome to another segment of AstrologyAnswers.com's weekly horoscope. My name is Terence Gardino. Last week we had this powerful solar eclipse that was shaking most of us out of our old patterns. It's not a good time from after that first week to be making really important decisions. But now this is the week you can start planning and moving forwards and making those decisions, especially on Monday, March the 14th, because Mercury, the planet of decision making, gathering information, communications, is going to be in hard angle to reality, practical Saturn, but researching in-depth Pluto. So Mercury to Pluto, you'll be able to think very deeply, gather as much information, you'll be able to look at all the details needed. And with the Saturn, you may be cautious, you might be worried, but you're realizing it's time to make those decisions. On the same day, on Monday, pleasure-seeking Venus is in hard angle to aggressive Mars. This can be a very sexual time, but usually there might be some ego conflicts and disagreements in relationships, and it may even be over money with that Venus-Mars. But with the Mercury, with the Saturn, just take your time and don't be so reactive. By Tuesday, Mercury is pulling away from all the worrisome, intense thoughts and thinking and planning, and now it's aligning with Jupiter. And you're going to be feeling a lot more optimistic, a lot more hopeful. So I would suggest on Monday, when all these thoughts and plans and ideas are arising, jot it all down. Really think about it. Talk to somebody about it. But get a good night's sleep. And then on Tuesday, you're going to feel a lot better about making these decisions. And on Wednesday, Jupiter, still retrograde, but it's going to be an excellent aspect to Pluto. And Jupiter expands. Pluto is power. This is often a time of wealth, of gathering wealth, of creating wealth, as well as creating power. But since the Jupiter's in retrograde and the solar eclipse has the effects of lasting up to 6 months, you might be making some important decisions this week, especially Tuesday, with the optimism of Jupiter, that could have long-range effects. That could send, it's like throwing a pebble into a pond and it just keeps rippling and rippling the effects. By Saturday night, we're moving into the first day of Aries. That is called the spring equinox north of the equator, and the autumn equinox south of the equator. But equinox means equal day, equal night. So it's 12 hours of daylight, 12 hours of daylight and nighttime. It's a very important shift. And so it's a time of really reorganizing and starting to really think about the future. And then on Sunday, pleasure-seeking Venus is aligning with Neptune. This can be romantic. This is great creatively. It's also can inspire you to be more empathetic and compassionate. You want to make sure you're a little grounded, because Venus-Neptune can make you fall in love with love and not really paying attention to what you're getting yourself into. But overall, this is a very important week that you can start making these decisions and start making the plans for the coming weeks and months ahead. And before I sign off, I want to remind you again that I answer questions at astrologyanswers.com. You can actually find a direct link in the description page on YouTube. So I want to thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you next week for my next segment. Until then, have a great and productive week.